Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you are watching. Thank you for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. That's right. This is the time of the week that we begin on a Monday to talk about all of the things that are going on that you never wanted to know, or that you didn't have time to know, or you didn't care about knowing, or just some stories that I found on the internet. We've got some mostly bad stuff, so I threw in a joke at the end. Hopefully we get to it. But we always have to talk about the absolutely awful, the terrible, the humanity that is Hollywood, because it is it's a giant mess, and it has been for a very long time. We can't forget about people like Polanski and others who have taken advantage of people from positions of authority. So we're going to start the day with a story that you should all be familiar with. It's about, 30 some years old, and it's just now coming into the light once again. Alan V. Farrow filmmakers Amy Ziering and Kirby Dick on scrutinizing the power of celebrity. That's right. They made a film specifically documenting it. It's kind of a docuseries, as they say here in the title, to basically call out what happened during this whole ordeal, and the fact that it may be possible that in addition to marrying his would-be daughter, or his daughter, or adopted daughter, or whatever terms you want to say, Soon Yi, he may have done some other terrible things to other members of the household. You have to remember, there was a lot of adopting going on between the two people at the time, and they're coming into the relationship. Mia Farrow had an adopted child, who, of course, is one of the people calling him out in this documentary. Look, these people have a history of going after people who do bad things. So I'll read a little bit real quickly. After putting music mogul Russell Simmons in checkmate with their documentary On the Record, which drew plenty of controversy prior to its 2019 Sundance premiere, with both Apple and Oprah Winfrey subtracting themselves from the project because they didn't want to be associated with it, Oscar-nominated filmmakers Amy Ziering and Kirby Dick set their sights on Woody Allen and the long-standing abuse accusations made against children that have been made against obviously the Oscar-winning director. So we're moving forward from this story to go into, their response has been kind of what you would expect, deny, which, whether you're guilty or not, that's probably the right way to go about things. But with this particular instance, you're going to see that they think they're being assaulted, and they talk about this essentially Mia Farrow is essentially saying that all of those children were abused in some form or fashion by Alan. There also seems to be a history in Mia Farrow's family of abusing kids. So these are not fun subjects. I don't think I'll be able to monetize this one, guys. I think nobody's going to want to know. But this is going to be out there on HBO if it isn't already. So you can check out the docuseries and make a decision for yourself. But Soon Yi Previn turned 50. Actually, I think she's 51 now. And she is now the wife of Woody Allen after being, I guess, adopted stepdaughter. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. But she was adopted from South Korea at the age of 6 by Mia Farrow and her then husband, Andre Previn, which is why she has a different last name than Allen. And of course, when Farrow and Allen first began their relationship, Previn was 11 years old. So for how long would these accusations have been taking place? Hard to say. Obviously, other children in the household were involved as well. So your speculation is as good as any's, and whether or not it's true is also up for grabs. Essentially, Previn and Allen had a romantic relationship after she turned 21, according to Allen, and of course, obviously, they're together now. It's just pretty icky, in my opinion. But anyway, we'll have to go from there. And one of the interesting things that somebody in the chat just pointed it out, I think it was Fen, is that abuse is a cyclical thing. So these kids could revisit the same horrors upon their children or others. I really don't like the subject matter, so we're going to move on to something not quite as much of a downer, but still a downer. Daft Punk is breaking up. That's a huge bummer, man. If you like any of their music, they've been these two folks have been together for a long time, since 1993, and the band is going to be no more. So that's always a downside. The band announced the news of their split in a video titled Epilogue on Monday. I guess that's today. The band's publicist, Catherine Fraser, confirms the news to Pitchfork, though no reason has been given for their split. Well, I imagine at a certain point you run out of creativity with your partner. Another terrible story coming out of Hollywood is this, which nobody probably knew about. Franco and accusers reach a settlement in a sexual misconduct lawsuit. I'm not sure how many of you were aware that this was even going on, but essentially his acting school and his partners at his acting school were taking advantage of young women. I don't think that's great, but I don't think any of this is great. I think this is almost a day-to-day occurrence in Hollywood, and we need to call it out anytime you're in a position of authority. And finally, I wanted to make you laugh before we shut it down, so I'm going to. Therapist, sexy George Lucas doesn't exist. He can't hurt you. Sexy George Lucas? Yeah. Anyway, I hope you had a chance to see that before we went to the countdown. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, and until next time, bye. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.